Back inside the Country Financial Studio, this is Duck Insider presented by the On Point Community Credit Union. And we've talked a lot of football today, Joey. Now let's go ahead and hear from quarterback one. Anthony Brown had a fun interview on Tuesday as he recapped Washington and previewed Washington State. Let's hear from Brown. You know, just every single week, don't you think it adds some steam to the players knowing, hey, we have a chance to compete for a national championship and to play for a national title in the playoff, a place where none of them have been, if they just win the rest of their 5 games, you know, and they know they can beat everyone in the Pac-12. It's just a matter of doing it, and it starts this week with Washington. Because 38-24, I don't even think is indicative of the kind of success that the Ducks had in this game. And Washington State is not, I think they're like a top 4 team in the Pac-12, if you ask me. I mean, this is a team that almost handled BYU, who's beaten everyone in the Pac-12. This is a team that had won 4 straight conference games going into this one. It's a team with a ton of experience, and yet it feels like this game could have been 48-24. It could have been 38-21, something even worse than what it was. I mean, Oregon's offensive line's been great all year. It's been all sorts of different guys thriving in different positions. Like, you won't see anything like it all around the country. I mean, it's just so impressive that every single player is able to play all 5 positions. And if you look at the snap counts from this entire season, how much diversity is there in terms of, you know, the 7 or 8 guys that they have that have played all these different positions. Right. And I'll tell you what, Joey, I think Oregon's got to win this game on the ground. I know you've thought about keys to the game with Rob during your guys' Quack Minute. I personally think Oregon's got to win this game on the ground. Washington has a great passing defense, not as good rushing defense, and it's going to be raining. I think Oregon's got to win this game with Travis Dye, Byron Cardwell, Anthony Brown, and that starts with the offensive line. I mean, the Ducks now in 3 straight games, 250-plus rushing yards. They've had 300-plus rushing yards in the last 2 games. They have just been ground and pound. And, I mean, Mario Cristobal today, he called Alex Mirabal the best offensive line coach in the country, and I don't know who's disputing that. I mean, the offensive line's been great despite all sorts of injuries. Ryan Walk's out now, doesn't matter. And C.J. Verdell got hurt, and yet it feels like the run game has been so dominant for the Ducks. They completely stopped the run. I mean, so UCLA, I think a lot of Oregon fans were getting glimpses of 2009 to 2012 with what Chip Kelly was doing there. Right. That hurry-up offense in the first quarter. They were running all over Oregon, but then the Ducks, credit to Tim DeRuyter, credit to the coaching staff, they made their adjustments. They completely stopped the run. Zach Charbonnet, Britton Brown, those guys were not as big of factors later in the game. It felt like every time Charbonnet, who has been dubbed as one of, if not the best running back in the Pac-12, he kind of got stuffed throughout this game, Joey. I mean, besides those first couple of drives, the Ducks really, it felt like every time UCLA ran it, he went nowhere. Yeah, so many things that Oregon's been doing well all season long. Rushing the ball, stopping the run, defending tight ends. They just got away from all of that. Special teams, avoiding big plays from the other side. The Ducks got away from all of that. It just felt like everything went wrong for the Ducks on Saturday night. But, I mean, you heard it from the players today. You got to move past it. And the Ducks, you know, they still have a lot to play for. A Rose Bowl, a Pac-12 title, a win over another rival in Oregon State this week. And so they're looking to move past it. And hopefully the team's kind of moved on by now.